Welcome back to Talk of the Town on 99.7, 1450 WHTC and WHTC.com.
Welcome back to Talk of the Town for this Tuesday, June 14th. I'm Gary Stevens. Second Tuesday of the month, we get caught up with things going on at the Holland Museum. Katie Baker is the Development and Communications Associate Director, and Loren Stevens is the Education and Volunteer Coordinator. They join us via the Zoom connection this morning. Ladies, good morning. You grace us with your presence, and glad you're with us today on WHTC's Talk of the Town.
Thanks for having us.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. And if you have a question about what's going on at the museum, Katie and Loren will be happy to answer it at 616-395-1450. It is the final week. Now, of course, the museum is only open on Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So only two more opportunities, actually three if you want to count the 20th, to see the current exhibit of contemporary portraits of Native Americans by James Cook. First of all, how has the exhibit been received? And for those who may not have had a chance to catch up, they can catch up into this coming week. What will they be seeing?
Sure. So the Contemporary Portraits of Native Americans by James Cook is a beautiful photography exhibit. James is a photographer who's been featured in publications like Times, Newsweek, and Forbes, and we are lucky enough that he resides here in West Michigan. So we've had the opportunity to meet James. He was at our opening, and a lot of his subjects come from the Michigan area. But the Native American portraits do feature Native Americans from around the country. This is a collection of 25 color photographs that explores the various lives of Native Americans through a modern day lens. So a lot of them have traditional costumes on to represent their cultures, and what goes along with the photographs is a wonderful description about the families and the individuals that are featured in the photography, so that you'll learn a little bit more about the individuals that you're viewing, as well as take a look at this beautiful artwork yes, we only have up until June 20th. So hurry in. It's been a very popular exhibit. We found we had a lot of visitors from out of state come in especially during tulip time, but throughout the entire exhibit, we've had a lot of people that have been coming in just to see this exhibit, and we're excited to celebrate the end of the exhibit, because it means we have a new exhibit coming in, and we're always excited for that. But this has been a fantastic exhibit and something you don't want to miss.
Again, and it seems as if a general consensus is that people are pleased with it, but also to a certain extent, they might have come up with the responses of, I didn't know that. Or they were a little surprised by some of the things that maybe the exhibit brought out that we did not fully understand with our Native American friends.
Absolutely. And I think it's an opportunity to learn about Native American culture through an art form, which is really important. And also, if your listeners are interested in learning more about the programs that we've had associated with this exhibit, there's two talks that James gave in February that are on our website, so that you can go back and listen to those and learn even a little bit more than you can see in the exhibit. And we'll leave those up after the exhibit closes if you wanted to continue to see and learn about James. And it's a great opportunity to hear him talk about his actual photography. And then to go along with that, we've had a few different programs as well. We just had one last week going up on our website soon. So we'll be able to feature that as well. So we continue to have programs that go around with exhibits, and we put those on our website as they're available.
Can we do a quick sneak peek about the next major exhibit that'll be coming up at the museum once the Contemporary Portraits exhibit is done?
Sure. It opens on July 15th. And it is about women missionaries from Holland. So it's a really, this features objects and information from our collection. So it's a great exhibit that will be highlighting the history of women missionaries from Holland.
We will talk more about that exhibit when we have our next session with the Holland Museum coming up on the 12th of July. So, as they say, stay tuned for news. Ladies, we talked a little bit about the end of one exhibit, but there are some programs coming up. One this coming Saturday that is going to be very, very nice. The restoration of the Pier Marquette, the ribbon cutting is coming up on Saturday morning. Loren or Katie, either one of you can tell us all about it.
Sure, I can share a little bit about this. So this is a project that the museum has been working on with community partners for a long time, and it's finally coming together. So we're so excited for the ribbon cutting celebration. Be happening on Saturday, June 18th at 10 a.m. and it's going to be at the Padnos Transportation Center. And if you didn't know, that is where our caboose is located. So it's a pretty big object that we have. You can't miss it. It's beautifully restored. The address for that is 171 Lincoln Avenue in downtown Holland. So we hope that you guys can join us, and we're excited to be finally wrapping up this portion of the project and moving on to the next portion in the future.
Loren, tell us a little bit about exactly what this restoration entailed. Obviously, we are an audio medium. It can't be a visual one, but if you can paint a video description in words, an audio description in words of what the restoration was with the caboose, what exactly happened?
Sure. So our caboose has been located at the Padnos Transportation Center for many years, and it was in serious need of repair and restoration. So we had a committee come together with project manager Claire Habor, and they worked to do a lot of research on what the caboose would have looked like when it was first manufactured. Katie, do you remember what year?
1941.
1941. So they've done the research, and then they moved on to the actual restoration where they gave it a new coat of paint, painted lettering, remade the wood window frames, and did a lot of work to make it look like what it would have when it was first created.
Now, let's put it this way. If this restoration worked out well, maybe some of the restorers need to get a hold of the people over at CSX, because if you see a caboose these days, they're pretty sad shape. You don't see too many cabooses anyway, but if you do see one, it's like rusted out and just looking yucky. So, hey, maybe they can get some tips from the Pier Marquette. You never know. So it is going to be a 10 a.m. project. It's open to the public, a fundraising event, or what?
It's open to the public. We have we're just celebrating that this is complete. We had new signage that was installed, which is bilingual as well at that train depot, and all that information that Loren was talking about, that our team really helped learn about more about the caboose. We had our summer interns last year. We had a summer intern council that researched and created a whole project on the history of the caboose and the history of the train line. All of that information is on display for a free public exhibit down at the train depot. So this celebration is a ribbon cutting. Ricky Levine, our executive director, will be there, and the West Coast Chamber will be helping us celebrate with a beautiful red ribbon, so we can have a ceremony of cutting the ribbon. The signs have been installed since I think November or December, but no one really wants to stand outside in November or December and cut a red ribbon. So we waited till the spring so we could have a celebration. We invited our summer interns from last year who might be still in the area to come join us. They can take a look at what their hard work went into this project. So it's just a ceremony, quick. If you're late past 10, you'll probably miss it because I'm sure it's not going to be super long. But it'll be a good opportunity to invite people to come and read those new signs, learn more about the caboose, as Loren said, and just help us celebrate.
And Loren also mentioned the fact that after the ribbon cutting, it's on to the next phase. Tease for coming attractions with this or what?
We're going to be fundraising for the interior in the future. So this project was supported by generous donors as well as a GoFundMe page, and we kept everybody up to date on the progress. we had never done a GoFundMe page at the museum, so that was pretty fun to do. But our next phase 2, will be the interior of it. So then eventually we'll be able to have tours there, and so you can take a look inside. Right now, with those new windows that Loren mentioned and the new doors, you'll be able to peek inside, and so you can see what your money is going to be able to go through.
Now, next Wednesday, a week from tomorrow, will be Walking Tour Wednesday. It's a series of walking tours in the spring and summer. Yeah, it might be a little bit warm to do the walk, but certainly it's going to be an interesting stroll dealing with architecture. Tell us all about it.
Sure. So the museum has a wonderful calendar of summer walking tours that we offer every summer. This year, they're Wednesday walking tours, and the cost is $5 a person, and the tickets can be purchased online through Eventbrite. And we offer different topics every week. So the first, like you mentioned, is going to be all about historic Holland architecture in the downtown historic district. It's an intro to architecture, so anybody can come if you want to learn a little bit more about different features of the houses in the historic district in the city. And then next week on June 29th, the week following on June 29th, we'll be moving on to our Firewalk, and then there's more to come. So I hope you can join us.
What time is the walk going to be organized for?
They start at 7 p.m.
Okay,
and you will meet in front of the Holland Museum on 10th Street.
It's an evening walk, so it'll be in the cool of the evening. You don't have to make the stroll in the heat of the day. Speaking about the Firewalk, which is coming up on June 29th, Tales from the Archives coming up on the 7th of July, dealing with the fire department. Tell us a little bit about that, either you, Loren, or Katie.
Sure. Yeah. So our Tales from Our Archives is a series that we do usually every other month that focuses on a different topic of Holland's history that has been researched using materials from our archives. And this month's topic, July's topic, is a history of the Holland Fire Department. So we're so excited to welcome Brett Brondijk, which is Holland's current fire marshal, as well as Paul Daniel, who is the author of the Holland Fire Department, the first 50 years, to come in to speak about the history of the fire department. And fun fact, the Holland Fire Department has been around since 1847. There's a long history in the city. This event will be happening at 7 o'clock in our museum's Spark Lab space, which is located at 31 West 10th Street in downtown Holland.
And donations, of course, cheerfully accepted to help the Holland Museum continue doing what they do so well. Being a member of the Holland Museum has always got its perks, not only helping in terms of preserving Holland's history, but there are some other perks as well. So tell us a little bit about the membership, what it costs, and what it does entail.
We have our basic membership, which includes you and a guest to come into the museum at any time. In addition to entrance to the museum, Capon and Settlers Houses, you also get discounts on programs and in our gift shop. For our family, this includes 2 adults and children or grandchildren under the age of 17 that are with you, and our premium is $125. That includes 4 adults and children or grandchildren under 17. The great thing about the premium membership, if you like to travel, and you like to go to other museums, this is the membership for you. This membership level includes our NARM, which is a North American Reciprocal Membership Program, a museum program. So you get in for free or at discounted rates to institutions across the actually world. When I looked at it, it's not just North America anymore. They've really expanded. You can go onto the NARM website and check out those details. You also can get a subscription to the Michigan History Magazine. So all of that is available through our website. So you can sign up on our website, or you can give us a call at the museum and we'll get you signed up. I'd love to chat with you and get you signed up for a membership.
For more on the Holland Museum, that website that Katie Baker was referring to is hollandmuseum.org. That is hollandmuseum.org. And if you need more information, you want to place a phone call, museum will be happy to take your call at 616-796-3329. 616-796-3329. Holland Museum open on Monday, Fridays, and Saturdays from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. Ladies, Loren Stevens, Katie Baker, as always, thank you very much for sharing some time with us, telling us about what's going on at the museum. Wish both of you and everyone at the museum well, a safe holiday. And we look forward to chatting with some people from the museum next month as we talk about a brand new main exhibit. Ladies, thank you. All right, thank you very much, Loren Stevens and Katie Baker on 99.7 and 1450 WHTC. Coming up on the WHTC morning, Talk of the Town program, CBS News, followed by Jan Musin, the Master Gardener, with the Yard and Garden Hour on 99.7 and 1450 WHTC.